thank you for that introduction. But I'm crushed. I want to be a captain. Anyway, welcome. On behalf of the department faculty and the planning committee, I'm pleased to welcome you to the 21st Annual Mass Communication Recognition. This is an occasion for everyone, not just those who receive honors or awards, but to recognize all mass communication students and to share their successes and to honor the seniors who received their degrees in December or will receive them in May or August. As your hosts mentioned, tonight we begin a new award that is sponsored by the Herald, and so I'm going to ask Debbie Abels, President and Publisher of the Herald, and Paul Osmondson, Editor of the Herald, to come forward and present the award.
Thank you very much. I am Paul Osmondson, editor of the Herald, and I'm joined on stage, of course, by Debbie Abels, who is my boss, president and publisher of the Herald, and also by Eliza Wilcox, and we'll come back to Eliza in just a second. We all thank the Department of Mass Communication for allowing us to be on the program tonight. This is a night to recognize all the great work by you, and we're very honored to be a part of that. We also thank Dr. Cliff and the department for allowing us to make this special announcement tonight. Earlier this year, the Herald lost one of its most devoted and talented editors. Virginia Wilcox spent a quarter of a century at the Herald. She spent the vast majority of those years as a page designer. She designed our feature sections. She designed our most important 1A pages. She led us through at least one major redesign of the paper. And in recent years, she designed the packages for our website, heraldonline.com. She won numerous awards from the South Carolina Press Association, and a few years ago she also won the Thank You President's Award, which recognizes the best journalism produced in one of America's best newspaper companies. She was very talented. She could present photos, drawings, display type in ways that demanded our readers to take notice. I always marveled at Virginia's ability to make a page sing. She was incredibly devoted to journalism, to the Herald, and most importantly to our readers. She worked long days and nights. She came in on weekends, and even as she died with cancer, she continued working. While in the hospital for treatment, Virginia would flip open her laptop computer, log into our system, and begin working her magic. Although her undergraduate degree came from the University of North Carolina, her master's was earned here at Wilcox. Several members of Virginia's family are here tonight, so I hope that you allow me to introduce them. First of all, as I mentioned, her daughter Eliza, and then at these two tables, I'll ask them to stand. Her parents, Sarah and Bill Troll, her in-laws, Betty and Earl Wilcox, and their son, Michael.
I came to Rockville 2 years ago, so my time in Virginia was shorter, but nonetheless, I feel like I got to know her well. The words I would use to describe her are smart, creative, witty, fun-loving, and a learner. She was a constant learner, and she really set an example for the rest of us in terms of both self-improvement and embracing the new technology that's so much a part of the newspaper industry these days. And it wasn't just that she learned, she wanted to share her knowledge. And that was part of her job at the Herald, to teach her colleagues. It did not, however, be limited to people within the Herald that she worked and helped them to understand and embrace new technology, new techniques, graphics, but she shared that knowledge as well with people outside our company. We will never know how many people she influenced, but last week we heard from one in particular where I wanted to read excerpts from an email that we received. My father sent me the Wilcox clipping, and I wanted to write to tell you how much she meant to me. If not for Virginia, I wouldn't be the writer that I am today. Back in the early 90s, I got a job reviewing albums for a regional music magazine. Around 1995, I was talking to Terry Plum about writing, and he suggested that I pen some articles for the Herald. Virginia was my main contact, and I'd stop by after school on Wednesdays to drop off my articles. She let me preview concerts, write album reviews, and even publish my first restaurant reviews over the next 5 years. I'm now an editor at roadfood.com, which would make her very proud. Virginia trusted me and gave me an incredible amount of latitude in the bands I covered. I met so many people through the Herald. I did phoners with basically every band I idolized at some point in my life. I covered Farm Aid in Columbia, every Lollapalooza festival, and every cool show that came to Charlotte. Those pre-internet Herald days are memories that I keep close. The Herald was the best writing gig I ever had, and it was due mainly to Virginia. So that's the woman that she was. And in honor of that, we think that because of her great talent in graphics, her personal connection to Winthrop, having earned her master's here, her love of learning, and her love of teaching, especially when it came to encouraging and nurturing young people, there's no more important or meaningful way to honor Virginia than to set up an award in her name. The Herald already has 2 writing awards that are given each year at the Mass Communications Dinner, and we are adding a 3rd for graphic design tonight in honor of Virginia.
I'm going to be presenting the work. My mom would be proud of the work that was once our story. The page was published in the Johnsonian. It had a cool cut-out photo as a promo. It prominently displayed a photo of a student with, shall we say, a very healthy appetite. And it used a spoon to fill in the O in the word pounds. The winner of the very first Virginia Wilcox Design